See, I pity white men. You know why? I shouldn't have a reason. I should hate them as much as they hate me. But I'm not made from disease that they created on this earth that plagued us for centuries. It's called hatred, but it come in the form of a term called racism. See, they created it. We live in it. So you know what they did? They took their women and told them this was okay to treat people of other ethnicities another way. But we all know women are not built that way. So they asked their women to course our women so they can think that I'm their enemy. So in front of them, they had our men enslaved and tied up, and they beat them, they drug them, and they lynched them. That went back into our women, and then eventually our women started calling us weak and punks and simps and everything that so that we cower, and that's not courageous. So there was no encouragement. So our women nurturing started dividing us because of the gender, because we lived in a place where war was boasted up, but not loving togetherness was put together. So we take that away, and then all the birds they flock away, but then the doves come in to show love, but we don't have none of that, right? So I pity you, white men. All you know is war, greed, and hatred. Now you telling me that I should be thankful. You took the goal post and kicked the ball through the upright and told me that's a sport. So I get paid millions while you get paid billions, and say now we're equal based on the money, but you don't talk about the things you did in the land with the bloodshed, the pillage, and the raping, and the women and the children, and the hurting, the killing. You even allowed your women to die so you can survive. But I pity white men that I had to time out to persevere, and I'm staying strong, and I hold on with my people and myself and say I am a man because I am greater than what you try to think, and you try to make my woman think I am. You told them that I'm less than, and they believe you, but they forgot about the other side, because in their gender, if they make me, how are you better than me? And they don't think you're the same as their women, but they trying to say that again. I pity white men. Should I fend for a woman that hates me? I should be the beggar man. So Martin Luther King Jr., one day he have a dream our boys and girls would get together and be treated equal. But 2020 years later, it's playing the same sequel. But from when he was born, it's 60 years later. It took him all this time. It's funny, I'm about to use the words that we already have power to do. They allowed us to vote. They allowed us to buy land. They allowed us to do things, to get education and to be a better person, and tell me that I'm less than just because I don't have the capacity to go get a bachelor's degree or a master's, because they made it so my IQ can be less than. But yes, I'm going to go study and do my best I can so I can learn and gain all of this knowledge for the fourth of the can, because I got to hold down the fort at home and told me I'm a leader. But away, I am a king in my present of my people. But then trying to tell me you want me to be a man? But I pity white men. So my circumstances is it's not the same. You based me off my skin color, but not the character of who I am. I don't think you still get it, because I pity white men. So with hatred, you birthed kids, and you poured hatred in them and told them I was still less than. But now you want me to feel bad when I watch a white man die, but I do, because I pity white men. You want me to feel bad when a white girl go missing, but I do, because I pity white men. You want me to feel bad when you lose your house, but I do, because I pity you, white men. See, it's a little different. I don't hate you, because you know why? Again, I pity white men. I don't want to kill you. You want to know why? One more time, I pity white men. See, you don't hear my message. So everything I said, you're going to call it a rhetoric, and you're going to call it ironic, and you might even say I'm ignorant. Because you know what you're going to do? You're going to reverse back to me and say vice versa. Do you care if a white man die? Isn't that ironic? that same white man that died will have sex with my sister, rape my grandmother, have a gun in his right hand and shoot me and kill me, or try his best to harm me, but try to have a baby with my sister, and we call that interracial, biracial kids. But I pity white men. You see how that sound? The crib's going to be crazy as batshit. And we're not going to care and worry about it because those kids don't get the same thing. They're going to start crying and saying, look how you treat me. Duh, because you have the blood of me inside of you. They don't trip. I don't care what year scientists predicted by 2053 we all going to be biracial. But if we all going to be biracial, they meant our race. They didn't say Caucasian people will be biracial. White people will be who they are. Because those white men don't care. Because they know how strong their seas are and we don't. See, we get rid of slavery and Jim Crow and John Lynch, and we trying to even say those letters wasn't even real. We tried to say that our own race back in the day enslaved each other. But that is so untrue. But somehow there is no proof to that. See, there's hearsay, she say. But I do pity white men because every day when I walk out of my house and away from my building or a place where I don't feel comfortable in, I get called a nigger. I get things thrown at me. I don't retaliate. Again, I pity white men. And I don't do none of the things they do to me. But then the first thing when I say, do you check your grandfathers and grandmothers and your sisters and brothers when they calling me all types of niggers and derogatory words in the dictionary, the alphabet? But then, again, I pity white men because the first thing you will say to me, did you correct them? And so if I didn't, and this is the worst thing about why I pity white men, they can be harming somebody of my race and tell me that I'm less than. But then there's other white people around. This is what I don't get about America. And this is why I don't care about protesting and all these other picketing and strikes. I don't give a damn about none of these things. Because that white man has a wife. That white man has a child. That white man has a white family member. Do that family member ever stop and think, I can't let my father do this? Or my grandfather, or this person in my family is racist. I can't allow them to treat people bad because of the built-in slang term of the word hatred to racism. But do they ever think about that? But I pity white men because you want me to think highly of you. You want me to protect you. And you women, I pity you as well as in my race. They destroyed your womb. Now you don't care nothing about me. See, you're going to say, I'm being a crybaby, I'm whining and I'm complaining. But every day if I go in this world trying to do my best, and I keep seeing the same thing, you say, change my environment. Change who I'm around. I have not met the right woman of my race. But the woman of my race will not date me. But I'm not going to diss her and talk about how she had 3 baby daddies and men that never loved her, but she gave herself to. See, she thought her pussy was the prize, so she thought he was going to dig all in it. He thought he was going to love you for a little affection for a quick time that might only cost you 2 minutes of your life, but 18 years to share a life with a child and a baby that you both have procreated. So I pity you. But the more so, I pity white men. This is not about my women. But there is white women that do live amongst and reside near white men. And as these white men continue to do the things they do, but you know what I do, but I pity white men, I check my brother. I told him it's wrong to speak to that woman in a certain way. It is wrong to kill your brother. It is wrong to sell drugs to your sisters and brothers. It is wrong to sell your body to make money and use your people to get to where you need to go. But I pity you as well because you the people think you're better than me. But you won't say you for me, but you don't love me. You don't even engage and socialize in the people of your own race. But so how are you for me? It seems that you're more against me than I can believe that you're for me. So I pity you. But the whole moral of the story, I pity you, white men. But I pity you because you would never know how it felt to be me. I don't never want to be you. Because from a time of anything goes wrong, you ready to kill yourself. They call that going postal. You need postpartum and things that to change your mentality because you're not strong. I pity white men. I know I don't care how much weight you can lift more than me. I know your mind is weak. That's why when you approach me, you need a gun to speak. You don't use your words and mouthpiece to show me I can articulate a word. But we automatically think since you have that position you are in, you are better than me. But I pity white men. Because I'm watching white men come to me and I am befriending them and I don't think negative or nasty about you. I just know how to speak the truth. And the truth is, I pity white men. So again, what I say unto one, I say unto all. Pause. Say lie. I pity white men because the choices and the things that I choose to do, it's nothing to do with you because I know I am free.